that is what the transmission looks like. I'm sure you guys know what they look like. It is of course a B series transmission, but the new transmission is going in. We're doing brakes and a boost controller and a re-dyno, so if we can get a little bit more power out of it. What the heck is that goofy looking bracket that John is holding? Well, I don't know. I just started welding bits together and put a nut in here, and welded a little bit on there, and tell you what, I'll put it on the car and I'll show you what it is. The caliper actually sticks pretty bad. It's actually, the piston here is seized so that it won't release and let the brake turn. Obviously, we're not going to be able to dyno it with a brake hanging up. Now, don't everybody shout out at once what you think it is here for. And they are going to go in the glove box. So when you open the glove box, the gauges will point towards you so that you can read them. And then when you're done, you close the glove box and it all goes away. So George went ahead and cleaned that one up, re-greased everything, painted it, made it look pretty. We just finished bleeding the system. Now we'll go ahead and take it for a quick drive, make sure the brakes are all engaging correctly, do a quick basic break-in on the new pads and rotors, and then this car is ready for dyno. So that's what George is doing. So the red CRX is done, made a little over 400 to the wheels, some pump gas. So this CRX, you know, we hardly ever see CRXs. And then when we do, we get two. So the red one is finished. This car came in for brakes. This has these brakes on these, and this has had a lot of problems now. One of the calipers is completely seized up, so he's taken our advice and putting Honda OEM brakes on this. Well, what we're doing a little different.
I'm making plenty of noise.
I was gonna say, I try and talk between your hammering. As you see, what George is doing is taking the studs out here because he has extended long studs, also known as extended studs, but we'll call them long studs.
Long studs.
So he has taken those out. We are changing the knuckles to a different package. We're running Integra knuckles. We're going to use like a proven combination that people talk about. It's a larger rotor, Type R calipers, TSX pads. It's like a smorgasbord of brake parts, but that way is going to have the biggest brake and factory OEM dependability and reliability of none of the sticking issues, and the brakes will actually work very well. Looks nice. I see this is powder coated. We're just going to wipe that off. It's just fingerprints. We're going to bleed the brakes now, and we should have some fantastic brakes on the CRX. And again, that's OEM Honda parts right there, so no issues like we had with the last calipers. Now this here is a lost art form for the youngsters out there. This is what we call a torque wrench. And if you like what you see us do, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, make us stupid. So we just tested the car, we bled the brakes, and the brakes are 100 times better. I think this is going to really improve the feel of the car. This car makes around 400 horsepower. It's going to be retuned. It was tuned a long time ago, but there was some changes made. But brakes are something that's very important. I can't stress how important brakes are. The more power you make, the better your braking system needs to be. So anybody that's done a transmission before on an S2000 will totally understand why somebody did this. Basically what it is the clutch fork is not accessible from the outside. It has to be put on the inside before you put the transmission in. And somebody obviously forgot it, so they cut this big gaping hole to be able to access it. So that's the story, if you ever see that. So this is the flywheel. You can see how hot it got. It literally smoked the flywheel, and you can see the grease that's coming out of that pilot bearing, which we don't often see. But yeah, this thing has seen the end of its days. So this is another transmission. I wanted to show you these dowels. This is what it looks like right here, and it is basically a small tube that aligns with the block, and what it does, it keeps this in exact relation to the center of the clutch. If this transmission is off one way or another, just a hair, it can cause vibration and abnormal wear. So it's very important to make sure that both dowels go back in. There's a new flywheel going on. This is our prepped flywheel that we've talked about. If you get a flywheel from us, we actually prep the surface, which will help break it in. So again, our clutch has the Nietzsche bearing. So she's going the extra mile. This is Esther, by the way. The chick yesterday with the glasses, that is Lisa. Lisa the librarian. She's supposed to be in later, so keep an eye out for her. Esther does pretty much everything. I think Lisa just does like business work.
Yeah, she does.
She's another one of the chicks in the office. So there's as many chicks in the office as there is out in the shop building. So this is the car right here. We're excited. You saw the customer is paying for it, or he's setting up the surprise. And Esther's doing the final touches, and the bow is gonna go on there. And she gets here at what time? 11?
About 10:30.
10:30
Yeah.
or 11. See, what time is it? It's 10:06. There it is. Look at the size of that bow.
And big card to match.
Big ginormous card.
Who doesn't love a big card?
So we got this new chick working here that wears glasses. So no glasses jokes because she's wearing glasses.
No.
And I don't want her to go to HR about any jokes about wearing glasses. But you do look like a secretary now.
I do.
Is Esther still in there?
I'm the librarian. I'm filling in for Esther.
Okay, so this is Glasses the librarian. I'm sorry, don't say glasses. So you might have seen the airbox mod video we did. Well, this is an intake that I wish I could actually test, because this looks probably the best design I've seen yet. It's by AFE, and I guess Takata is their import line. It's to make the import guys feel like, I don't know, it's made just for them. But I like this because it's like the thermoplastic, which helps resist the heat. It doesn't heat soak, but it's got a large filter in here, and this box is sealed all the way on the back side. Then it's got the big opening here, and it's a large cone. You see I can get my hand all the way in here. It's got this funky window, which I don't know, I think it's so you can check if there's a mouse in there. But it's got a big cavity all the way around here, and it's surrounded on the back side, so it'll seal it from the heat. And this big opening should allow a lot of fresh air in there. So this, so far, I haven't tested it, but this so far looks like my favorite intake. What do you think? So this is what it is. It's a brake master cylinder brace. He has a strut tower bar, which he has a piece over on that side, and you see where this goes. This bolts around here, and then it attaches down there to the master cylinder where it applies pressure. I'll get in there. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I'm editing the video. Esther's over there doing some paperwork at her new desk. So, see you on the next one.